Crew, what is going on? I hope you're having a fabulous day. Today, I wanted to talk about and take a moment for this video to talk about perfection. Perfectionism, perfectionistic qualities, and why actually perfectionism is the lowest quality standard you can have for your life, for your goals, and for others as well. Think about it this way. I see this so much in the fitness industry. People come in and they have this expectation of what it's going to take in order to achieve a goal. So they see people on Instagram, ripped, shredded, magazine ready, prepping their meals, all of this stuff. And they think that in order to get to that goal, they have to do X, Y, and Z 100% of the time. They have to be on their X's and O's perfectly, right? They come in here and they say, I have to do this, I need to do this, and I just have to be better, I just have to work harder, I just have to do this. And they expect perfection out of themselves. Here's the problem with that. Perfection isn't possible for any of us. So what happens when that perfection isn't attained? What happens when you miss a workout? What happens when you don't pack your meals for the day? What happens when you don't drink enough water? I mean, God forbid you don't drink a gallon of water in a day, right? You're not going to reach your fitness goals. But because that expectation's already been placed in your own head, you think that you have to be perfect. And now you've linked up, if I don't do X, I failed. If I don't do Y, I'm not going to reach my goals. What that does to you internally is it associates failure. What do you do when you feel like you failed or you feel bad about yourself? We also have this human need called love and connection. So if you feel like you failed, you don't feel good about yourself, your reaction to that is most likely going to be comfort. You want to, now that you feel bad, you want to comfort yourself. And most of us are going to seek quick, easy, and impulsive ways to bring ourselves comfort or console ourselves and make ourselves feel better. Typically, those are going to be the same actions that got you in the place that you're in currently, that you're trying to get out of with this perfectionistic mentality. So this vicious cycle can cause you to go into what's known as, to me, it's called a spiral. Okay, so you have this desire for yourself. Now you have set your expectations on that goal, on that person, on achieving that and doing that, and you've painted a picture of how it should go, which means perfect to you. Now, when that doesn't happen, you want to comfort yourself, so you go back to those bad habits and those bad behaviors that got you where you are currently to comfort yourself. Now you feel shame. There's a difference between guilt and shame. Guilt will inform you to say, you just made a bad decision, time to redirect course, we need to learn from this, we need to grow. Shame tells you, you are bad. Say, guilt says, I did something bad. Shame says, I am bad. And when shame hits, so does the plethora of other feelings that come along with that. Depression, anger, anxiety. And now you're spiraling in this concoction of negative feelings, all because you had this unrealistic expectation of perfection. Perfection is not the goal. If perfection is the goal, then that would be somehow attainable. And once we get there, then we're just done. There's no such thing. Our mission should always just be progress. So in addition to this though, setting yourself up for this perfect plan or perfect fit or perfect time or perfect schedule or perfect routine or perfect combination of exercises, you're never going to find it. It's not out there. It doesn't exist. What we should be looking for then is what's better. What's currently not working? What are the bad habits? What are the habits or structures or things in place in my life that are holding me back? And then how can I improve these? Just one per week or day if it's very, very simple. But what is a new habit I can replace this with that's better than the one that I'm currently doing? Okay, now we're going like this. That's called a 2mm shift. If you could make a 2mm shift in one area of your life every single week, And if you took that in golfing analogy terms, okay, if you swing the ball and it's going in that direction, and then you just make a 2mm shift to the trajectory of that ball, where does that ball end up 10 yards, 50 yards down the way? Completely different spot. This is how you want to think of your life too. You want to make these 2mm shifts in the areas of your life that you care most about. And if you're doing that constantly, that progress brings happiness, it brings growth, it brings fulfillment. You cannot live your life looking for perfection. You can't look for the perfect mate, the perfect body, the perfect workout plan, the perfect coach, the perfect anything, because it doesn't exist. And all it's going to lead to is unrest, anxiety, and unhappiness within. I can say the number one reason I know if someone is not going to meet their goal is if they come in here with that perfectionistic mentality, thinking that, oh my God, I'm so sorry that I didn't log my food for today. It's okay. Just log it now. Like, get on the habit. It's okay if you miss a meal. It's okay. It is okay, I promise. The problem becomes when we say it's okay to keep doing that. It's not. It's not okay. So that's when it becomes now a mistake becomes a decision. So it's okay to make a mistake, but when it becomes a recurring incidence, that's when it becomes a decision, and that's something that you have to own. Not feel shame about, but you should feel guilty about it if you're continually making the same decision, knowing that it's not leading you to a good place. That goes for fitness, that goes for life, that goes for anything. But the extreme opposite of that is this perfectionistic mentality that is holding so many of us back because we think that we have to live up to some invisible standard of perfection that does not exist. Aim for progress and you will find happiness. Perfection is not possible. That's my piece today. If you guys have a topic that you want me to bring up and dive into, I got a little bit more like aggressive with this one because it's so important. All of us are looking for this perfect anything. And that's when we immediately go into this like either retreat or aggress mode. And we don't want to live our lives there. We want to live our lives right in the middle, which is that fulfillment. You know, success is fulfillment and happy. And we're ultimately where we're able to serve people best. Because if we're either in shame mode and retreat mode or when we're perfect mode, we're thinking about ourselves. We're thinking about ourselves because we don't have the capacity to think about anybody else when we're in either, you know, aggress and perfect or shame and guilt and all of these mongrels. So we really want to fall in the middle there of presence, service, and progress. Presence, service, and progress. If we're there the majority of the time, we will have an impactful life. We will have a fulfilling life. We will have inner peace. As always, share the video if this brought you value or you think somebody really truly needs to hear this. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And put in the comments if there's anything that you would like me to discuss or bring up or a specific topic that's weighing heavy on yours. I promise not to mention your name in the video, but we'll go into it. And I look forward to doing more of these videos with you guys. Have a great weekend and I'll talk to you soon.